I wanted you guys to find two different methods of finding the area of each shape. And when we're talking about finding an area, it doesn't matter how you find the area itself isn't going to change. So whichever method you do, or even if you came up with a totally different method, your area will still be the same. So one thing that I saw students doing in the pear deck was creating a large outer rectangle. And remember, the area of a rectangle is base times height. And then when we found the area of the rectangle, then we could subtract off this triangle and that triangle. So that would be one way that we could find the area of that trapezoid. Here is another way that we could find the area of that trapezoid. What if I were to split the shape up into shapes that I already know how to find the area of, such as these three shapes? Now I have two triangles and a square, and I can find the area of each of those things. All right, but I need to do a little bit of figuring out side lengths here. So since this is 3, this is also going to be 3. Since this outer side is 5, that inside height is going to be 5. Oh, so I actually created a square here because all of those are the same. So then that makes this length 5. And this length is 3. And if I know that these two add up to 8 and the whole thing is 14, then I know that this part of it must be 6. So now I've got a triangle that has a base of 6 and a height of 5. I have a square in the center, base and height are both 5. And then I have this triangle that has a height of 5 and a base of 3. And I can add those 3 together. So that's the second way you could find your trapezoid. A third way I could find the area of this trapezoid would be if I split it up into some triangles. So here's one triangle. It's got a base of 5 and a height of 5. And then my second triangle is right here. It's got a base of 14 and a height of 5. So I could add those two triangles together. Or you could even think of it as 3 triangles. 1, 2, 3, and add those 3 together. So there's lots of different ways you can think about that one. And finally, there's a formula that you could Google and find and do the area of the trapezoid using that formula. All right, so parallelogram. Here's my parallelogram. The most common thing I saw people doing was taking this top triangle of it and moving it down here. And when I do that, now I have a rectangle, and I can do the base and the height and use those to find the area. Remember, when you're doing a rectangle, you don't divide it by 2. It's just the base times the height. So the cool thing about a parallelogram is that you will always be able to do that. You will always be able to take that top triangle and bring it down and create a rectangle. So since I will always be able to do that, that means that if I want to find the area of a parallelogram, it's just always going to be the base times the height. Oh, I ran out of space. Oh, there we go. Area of a parallelogram is always going to be the base times the height.